When mama told me I was young, come sit beside me, my only son, and listen closely to what I say. And if you do this, it'll help you on a construction site someday.
Oh, take your time. Don't live too fast. Troubles will come and they will pass. Go find a woman, yeah, and you'll find love. And don't forget, son, there is someone up above.
Guys, welcome to the construction life, man.
Thanks, Manny.
I'm always impressed. Like, you guys got here early, and I guess that's the go-to. Wherever lives the closest is always late. We were a little late, on time but late, but you guys got here pretty early coming from Sudbury, man.
Yep.
And I appreciate that you guys are coming in person. And it's kind of a nice feeling that a lot of tradespeople want to actually sit down in the studio and have the conversation, talk shop.
Big event here.
Yeah,
well, pay it respect, man.
Good.
You're doing good work. You're doing good work for everybody in the industry.
It's got. I always say it's not me, it's you guys. You guys are the ones. I've shared my stories. You've heard my stories. I've got new stories coming up, but it's always the guests that have interesting stories. Even off mic, we got started and we already started to ramble on about all kinds of stuff that's going on in the industry that we mostly dislike, somewhat like, but we'll get into all that. So it's going to be an interesting conversation because the first thing that you guys shared was it's a little different in Sudbury than it is here in this kind of Greater Toronto area. And you got a glimpse of the very expensive homes nearby the studio here.
Amazing. Those things are banging, man.
Oh, nice. They're nice. They're pretty penny though.
Yep.
Insane budgets. We only wish we can get all those shows. So let me do a couple of shout outs first. I've got John T on Craft and Clerk. Thank you so much for that. I want to just let everybody know who we're speaking to. I've got on the right of me, I've got Aaron. How do you pronounce the last name? Vehkala. And so there's a bunch of companies that you're associated with, right? Futurescapes Landscaping, LimeKiln Quarry, FutureTote, Fisher, Wavy. You're a rep for them. So their websites is FutureTote.ca, FisherWavy.com, and then to reach him is Aaron. 2 A's at futurescape.ca and then OVEHKALA.
First initial, last name. Vehkala.
That's at fisherwavy.com. Yeah. And then on social media is Futurescape _ Aaron. And then I've got to the left of me, Serge. How do you pronounce your last name?
Lapraire.
Lapraire. Complete Home Services, complete.hs at hotmail.com. And then on Facebook, it's Complete Home Services. On IG, it's Complete Home Services. You guys have been in the game, 16, 10?
Yep.
How young are you?
I'm 44.
Oh, you don't look 44.
I know.
What's going on here?
I know.
What kind of sawdust are you cutting here, man?
Yeah. I know.
How young are you?
46.
All right, so you guys are still younger than me, man. Wow, you guys good-looking guys for the youngins, man. In my eyes, so it's good.
Keeps you healthy.
Where do you guys want to begin this show? How do we want to begin this show?
Your call, Aaron. You want to start it off?
Well, it's a strange. It's a bit of a odd encounter for me to be in this position.
Why
feel.
Is that?
Well, I'm here with. I'm the salesman.
Got it.
I got associated with Serge through construction. Him walking in the door, needing masonry products, and him being a skeptical, untrusting kind of SOB who does everything his way.
He's heard all the sales.
He's heard all that shit, and we've fought and we swore at each other. And I lost his business after I gained his business for a number of years.
You proved yourself.
And then we came back together at the lumberyard when I ran into him at the lumberyard one day and got his business back. And I said at one point we're friends. He said, no, we're associates. I said, yeah, you're right, man. We are associates.
It's a good clarification.
And Serge invited me here because I've listened to your program and you often talk about the salesman's responsibility when he provides a product to you and to him. In the end result, what's the salesman's responsibility in that?
Yeah.
And when Serge says Sudbury's a smaller market, it's different, and we get overwhelmed when we come down here because I just see competition. I'm always looking, who's in the business, who's in the game? And I come down here and I see rows of shops. So how do you make a relationship with someone? How do you find the right guy? I come from a smaller place where there was only really one place to buy brick and stone. There was a couple more, and you could have choices, but the one place really stood out. So you were granted a lot of respect just because you were there. But then you had to keep it and earn it and hold on to it. And I've lost it and I've got it back. And he always pats me on the back for saying, you're that guy that does the right thing, that does the follow-up, that tells the guy you'll get back to him, that answers the question.
But I'll be honest, Aaron, over the last 3 years, I think your segment has really dropped the ball.
Yep.
No doubt.
I agree 100%.
We're on it.
But this guy,
You guys
I'll
left us
vouch for this
hanging.
guy.
I know,
I'll
which
vouch
is
for this
great.
guy.
That's why it's great to hear this. But a lot of, hopefully, salespeople that are listening, you guys dropped the ball, man. Like
They didn't have answers. People didn't have answers.
I know, but there was still that associate relationship. There was still that, okay, listen, let me reach out to Serge. Let me reach out to these guys and girls and just go, how's everything? How's everything going? What's business like? What's going to happen? What do you think? Have just a regular conversation, not a sales conversation. Have a regular None of that shit was going on.
Yeah, and I've
And I
heard
was
that. I've
pissed.
heard that from other contractors.
Yeah.
Contractors tell me on the way, grab some coffees, and
Goes
whether
a long way.
and I do or I don't. Sometimes, typically, I do, and I've got it. And we talked about this on the way in from a mason I went and saw a couple of weeks back, and he says, I just haven't had a regular conversation about construction. We sat for an hour in the middle of the construction day. He was off his trowel. He makes money when he's laying stone. He spent an hour with me, and he thanked me for doing it. And I'm the salesman.
Let's give a shout out to.
That I feel there's a big, like, I don't know why are people.
Why do you do it? And why do
because
the
I'm
others
his
don't?
partner. Because his business supports my son's.
You're a tool. You're a tool in his arsenal.
I'm a tool in his arsenal. I'm a partner to him. He's a partner to me.
Yeah.
So, it seems really strange to me that guys are able to maintain a job and a paycheck for avoiding the questions and the responsibility they have.
Communication.
What's hard about it?
Why are they avoiding it? What was the first thing, Serge, that he did that you thought, okay, this cat's a little different?
Just getting back to me, and that's the biggest thing. Guys ain't getting back.
In today's technology, man, like if you ain't calling back, you're doing that on
But
purpose.
I think part of it is the attitude of these yes salesmen. I call them yes salesmen. Everything is yes, 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 yes until the shit hits the fan, and then the phone goes dead.
And then they
Can't
disappear.
get a hold of him. Nothing. He was easy. He was always available. 7:00 at night, I would text him, yo, back, right? And then we get into it.
Stay a little closer there.
Yeah.
No, and so why do you think they all dropped this ball over the last? Were they just cushy? Because the thing is that sales went up. You can be honest about that, right? Like,
Yeah, we were busy as hell.
stuff was going out. Stuff
Was
being
going
sold.
out, but you couldn't always get what you wanted. There were tons of delays. There were substitutions. There were deletions. So there was logistics changed. For us, we have to move. For you guys, you're right next to the plants.
Yeah.
You're in the hub of where all the material is. It's got to travel 4 hours by tractor trailer north to Sudbury. So there's that to manage on top of we're not next to the plants. So my sales rep I see a couple times a year, the manufacturer's rep. We can't walk down here and rattle the cage. We got to do it diplomatically with a pen and type an email, make a phone call to keep the ball rolling. So I think there were challenges in the manufacturing processes that were really legit. You couldn't get a part. I know talking to the guys at the concrete plant in Sudbury that make block, he couldn't get a part for his big German machine. Demand's off the roof. He's selling everything. He could sell more.
But did we forget how to think? We're in
Some
construction.
people, oh, for sure.
What happens to a tradesperson when they're on their job site and things are not going well? Do we not all become MacGyvers and figure this shit out? Do
Yep.
we not figure out an alternative, a solution? Do we not? We're constantly doing that. The lazy ones don't.
Yeah.
The lazy ones just say, fuck it, I'm going to walk away and I'll figure it out tomorrow. But the ones that you're running your own business, we figure it out then.
I can only talk for where I was.
Yeah, for sure.
In this situation, selling masonry and hardscape products.
Yeah.
And I can say every single manufacturer that I was representing, Brampton Brick, Canada Brick, Ariscraft, Permacon, Unilock, Oaks, Teco Block, Cultured Stone. I'll keep going, and all these companies, and they did change. They couldn't change fast enough because everyone was under a lot of pressure. Whether it's the stress disorder that COVID was, on us. There's no post-traumatic stress. We're dealing with stress
we're still
disorder.
dealing.
Everybody's head's messed up.
Yeah.
So I saw lots of people just kind of drop and fade in and out of effectiveness. And what did what did you do to get better? What did you do to manage it? What did you do to manage it? I don't know what I know what I did to manage it. I did. I changed my day. I changed my schedule. I changed my routine so that this was able to keep up with this.
Yeah.
Sorry, the phone and everything else that was going on because stuff was haywire.
Did you see a lot of salespeople in and out? Because we saw a lot of transitioning in construction. Like you saw a lot of hospitality people coming into construction. They were doing small jobs here and there, odds and ends, and just making a living as they should have been, right?
Sure.
But I didn't really see that on the sales side. I thought what I looked at was everybody was kind of enjoying the position that they had. I'm still being paid. I'm still being compensated. There's no real threats of me losing any work. But I didn't see anybody coming in because that was a challenge for somebody new getting into sales. But I don't think anybody that was experienced was going to get out of sales because where were they going to go at that time? In the middle, we had tradespeople stuck. We can't leave. It's our business. We have work to do. We have to figure out how we're going to do this work. That's a challenge, right? Where did you get your start from, Serge?
It's a funny story. Actually, I started in bodywork.
Auto.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right out of high school?
Pretty much.
How many years did you do that for?
13 years.
That's a good chunk of time.
Yep, absolutely.
Got out of it for?
Just tired of like the phoniness of it and how people would come and then you're married to these cars. You paint a car, complete car. You're married to it for the rest of your life. They want to pay you Mickey Mouse money to do a complete car, and it's just not worth the time or the money, and the money wasn't there for me.
Why not get into the mechanical side of it and deal with that?
Because that's just the same thing.
It's funny, though. You've heard probably on this show that plenty of tradespeople have always compared their rates to a sandwich board from a mechanic shop. That you come in, it costs this. You come in and you want this, it costs that. It's just there's no negotiating. But that's not the case. There's still a bunch of shit negotiating going on.
Absolutely. And I think with the body work, it was just mostly collision. If you're tied in with insurance, that's where you would get the big paying jobs. And like rust work wasn't the paying jobs because you're married to it. Once rust sets into a car, it's like cancer. You just can't.
It's just going to keep on.
You'll never stop it.
But it's the same with construction and like insurance calls. And even like Carlito's mentioned on the show where that's how he got his teeth, right? He started on insurance jobs, which is like next to no money, make it look like it was. Yeah. Which is always a challenge for a new person getting into construction, right?
Yeah. So what I did is I just made a merge, and I started with just doing work on my own home. And that's pretty much how I started, just doing my own stuff at my own house because couldn't get a hold of a contractor. Most of the contractors just never answered the phone. So I just started doing that and built kind of a little bit of a reputation of doing that turned out really nice. And then just kind of built like pretty much every other contractor that has started with
we all started like that. You got to
small
experiment
jobs
somewhere
and then move on up, right?
Yeah.
So I paid myself to learn, essentially, right, with my own home and experimented on my own home where I know where I fucked up here, fucked up there. I'm not going to do that on a client's house, right? So, and then now I pretty much do everything solo. I have a few good trades and one good trade electrician who is now ESA has kind of left me. So now I'm looking for a new electrician.
Oh, so you finally got certified? Oh, no, he's an ESA inspector?
He's an ESA inspector.
Okay.
So he was a go-to guy, dependable. And I've learned over the years, Tim Hortons coffee cards go a long way with trades.
Yes, they do.
Absolutely. You drop those off, they love you.
Yeah, they do.
First thing you learn, man, drop off $20.
It's a nice little gesture.
Absolutely.
It's as simple as that. We are simple people, man. Little gesture like that, it goes a long way.
And so ever since then, and it was, as my career prolonged, these guys were so dependable, and they were kind of like at my beck and call. Hey, I got this job coming up. You interested? Yeah, no problem.
They make you a priority?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm one of those contractors that pay right away.
Far and few.
Like right away, job's done, here's your money. Because I've watched the whole job. I'm on site all the time.
It's interesting because I'm the same way. And then you'd also get some sort of, not a sob story, but you would hear that they would work for other GCs that don't pay right away. And then you quickly learn they're the Peter Paul GCs. You know, they'll get your money once they start the new job. and then they'll take that money and then pay you for the last job. But do this job for me, please. I was like, but you haven't paid me for the last job. And I'm like, that's not how it works, right? So I look at them like, hey, you came in, you did the scope, everything's fine, everything's signed off, inspector signed off, client signed off. You're compensated. Wow, what a weird concept, eh? Yeah. We wish that we can get the same thing too on our last payment. That's a different story.
Yeah, I've never really had a client where I haven't been.
No?
Nope.
I hope you don't.
I've had some suspect clients.
You saw it come in, brewing?
Oh, yeah. Well, I tend to vet almost every phone call I get.
What are some of the key flags that are words or things that they may
Where's
do?
my free estimate?
They'll just harp on that, huh?
Yeah, like what? You're looking for a free estimate right off the hop? You
You
didn't even say, hey, can we get a consultation? No.
Free.
Where's my free estimate?
How is it up there in Sudbury? Is it?
Shit.
It's just that's the one word to describe it.
For me,
Why shit though? What?
I don't know. I get like, I don't know. Maybe it's just my handle, Complete Home Services, made me think I'm a handyman. I'm more of a contractor.
Yeah.
Like, in my opinion, I build a little bit more mid to higher end.
Yeah.
I find in Sudbury it's more not landlords, scumlords. So it's
Make it smell and look pretty.
it's a lot of gray laminate and fake white polished Carrera marble tiles in the shower.
Wow.
And acrylic base. Acrylic base. I don't do any one piece acrylic base shower systems. Because I've seen too many horrors ripped out a ton.
They just don't want to pay?
I don't think so. Maybe it's just me.
No, but have you spoken to other GCs and try to figure out what the costs are?
I'm kind of like a lone wolf. I'm kind of, like I told you earlier, I'm kind of fly under the radar. I do my own thing, get my own clients through, obviously, reputation. I've been posting stuff on Instagram. Actually, my wife posts all my pictures. And I tend to rely pretty much on just that and word of mouth.
That's how we build the business.
Pretty much.
But I mean, when you go, I'm just briefly talking about pricing wise, you have all your subs and you have all your material. Those costs are coming in. You're adding your management, you're adding your fee for running a business, and then you're adding a little bit for profit and then a little bit for marketing. And that's your magic number that you present to the client, correct?
Yeah.
Bare bones.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So everybody that's legitimate and you're working, you're all going to be in the same ballpark, are we not?
Yep.
Because you're going to have so many clients and then they're going to come in. I go, what's the cost of this and what's the square footage of this? And I'm going to order it. Even if you give one person a slight discount or even increase or whatever, it's still in the same ballpark.
Yeah, it's in the same ballpark.
Yeah.
Materials aren't going to vary that much.
So I always say that good trades are always, the numbers are very, very close. And I'm talking like close, whatever. Let's say just for argument's sake, $100,000 rental. You're going to be 100,000, maybe 900, 100,000, and I don't know, 1,000. Like it's going to be very, very close. It's when the clients start bringing in the fly-by-nights and they bring in the cash guys, and that's when it's going to be dramatic. It's not going to be 100. It's going to be 70,000, or it's even going to be like 60,000. But then you got to start educating, and then me personally, it's a waste of my time.
Yep.
I'm not here to educate you. If you honestly believe that that person's going to give you the same quality that I'm going to give you, or anybody else is quoting this properly, then you're out to lunch. You're disrespecting the industry to begin with, and then you're just looking for a race to the bottom.
Yeah.
Which is an insult, and that's the vetting process, right?
Yeah, and part of it is that now we see a lot of investors coming in from the south to the north, and because the average home is like $300,000. So.
How many square feet? 2,000?
No, like 1,000 square foot, 1,500 square foot.
Okay.
So, but they're all derelict shitholes. You know what I mean? But investors buying that, turn it into a rental property. Everything seems to be rental properties.
3, basement, first, and top?
Yep.
Legal?
No.
Of course not.
No.
What are the rules there? I know the rules here, but are there any same rules?
Yeah, well, it's Ontario Building Code, right?
Yeah. Well, no, there's different municipalities here.
The city of Sudbury is encouraging now people to build secondary units on their property. If you can build a granny flat, encouraging
and that's
secondary units.
Yeah,
they're trying to increase population density through the most affordable means necessary, right? Because we're talking about what, 1.5 million
10 years
residents. Is it new homes?
Homes, not residents, homes.
Homes. So that's
so you could park a family of 5 in one of those floors.
Yeah.
And they will do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But then you're gonna have 5 people with probably 2 cars. So you get 2 extra cars on the street now. plus the other floor, plus the existing main floor.
And you can build a whole separate 1-bedroom or a whole separate home on that lot. No, can you not do?
You can do the granny. You can do like a different dwelling on the same property. There's slight, but they're kind of relaxing those rules now. That's why they're doing this to get more building going on.
Yep.
I guess their mindset is, okay, we'll make it possible to build more. So basically, the guys that are in the industry are going to work more, make more money. Or I still disagree. I think that it's going to attract people like scumlords to just build more of those, because now the rules are a little softer.
Yeah, the softer the rules get, the easier it gets. The people with money are going to invest and want the quickest return on that money.
Of course. It's just common sense.
That's right. So, and the cost of getting into anything new is prohibitive now. You need 2 really solid incomes with no child support or other leg and shit hanging off you. Life hanging off you.
Yeah.
So who's not going to be renting? Which 25, 30-year-old won't be renting in 5-10 years from now at the cost of a new home?
Let's not even talk about the wealthy people.
$1.5 million homes going to cost?
Talk about just tradespeople in general, because a lot of them do it. Like, you'll buy a property, you'll renovate it, split it into a duplex or a triplex, whatever. And now you've got that property. You can rent it out here in this area. You can rent it out for, if it's nice enough and big enough, you can rent it out for $3,000, right? If you got a parking spot, you probably even get $3,200 if you wanted to.
That's the going rate in Sudbury.
No way.
$2,500 and up
for 1,000 square foot unit.
Oh yeah.
Why so expensive? Just it's a
can't afford, like it's a blue collar town.
Well, and again,
Sudbury's a blue collar town. There's not a lot of money. Well, there is money. There are pockets of money, but there's not.
But people are forced because they can't buy the homes,
or
so
property.
they have to their property
or property tax. On my property, I'm 1,550 square foot home on a corner lot. What do you think of property tax?
You can't be around 5 or 6.
8,000.
You're 8,000.
I'm not shitting you. And you got to roll through like semi-Ds, old derelict semi-Ds, which are paying $2,500 in property tax. And then you come into my pocket and we're 8,000.
So this is what pisses me off, because now you get people who buy these properties and they hire us.
Yep.
And they're paid a premium and they want you to do it for bottom end dollar, right?
Absolutely.
It's not fair.
So that's part of the vetting process I got when I get a phone call and I see a 416 number or a 647 number or right there.
Unless it's my number.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look at that number and I'm like, yeah, can I help you?
You know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I got a income property. Yeah, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. Because then I'm devout. Like I tend to think I build a more of a mid to higher end for Sudbury. I mean, here it might be
quality.
Mickey Mouse for you guys.
No, it's quality, man. I've seen it.
For me, I think it's mid to higher end, and I do a little things that are a lot different than what people are using. I put a whole flat roof on my house. People are like, "What the Christ?"
Why is it that you do that, Serge? Did you see so many properties there and go, "Who the hell fucking built this?" Like, do you see the poor quality there?
Oh yeah,
you see it.
So I just finished building in 2021 this new house that I'm in, and I've watched 3 other builders build in the same subdivision, and holy Christ, I wouldn't let those guys touch my 10-speed. This diagonal bracing and fucking insulation on the outside is phony as shit.
They're doing that?
Oh yeah, no sheeting.
They're just putting the foam, the SM, and that's it.
SM and diagonal wind bracing.
Are they taping the foam?
Some, but most of the time it flies off. So it's shit.
Holy cow.
And it's 3-sided vinyl siding.
On top of that.
That's it. No strapping, no fuck all.
You're inside the house. You're going to hear that vinyl just rattling. You're going to hear it.
You got it.
Wow, that's disappointing.
Yep. But it meets
code.
Minimum code.
I know, which is, I just disagree with it to the beyond, right?
Yeah.
It's just, that's scary shit, man. And then you get a homeowner in there.
Absolutely.
Either buy it or rent it.
Paying a premium price. What's the average for new? 400, 300?
In Toronto?
Yeah, per square foot?
No, I don't know about per square foot, but the average has dropped this year. It started at the start of the year, we were at 1.2. We're around 8 and change now. So it's dramatically dropped. I don't know, is that also affected? Yeah, it's a huge drop in 1 year.
Yeah,
I don't believe all the crap about real estate's online. Don't believe the crap that, oh no, good. everything's good, market's good, plenty of product. Bullshit.
That's what they are, bullshitters.
They're still selling bullshit is what it is, right? Like the truth is that it has dropped, but it's still, they're benefiting because you're still getting like something for a huge amount of money. And then they lipstick it and then they rent it out and they just know their numbers. You get a triplex, man. Honestly, $3,000 each. That's $9,000 you're getting out of that fucking unit.
Yeah.
That's scary. Whether it starts to fall apart in a year or two, they don't care about that shit. Then they'll hire somebody else to come in and just slap it and make it look pretty again.
I won't be that guy.
Or sell it, yeah. Or sell it before the shit hits the fan.
Yeah, or sell it.
And they're out of it. They're not in it for the long term. They're not in it for the client. They're not in it for the home, for the structure, for that living building that'll be there, like the homes that we saw. The old brick that was done in the 50s, still standing there with its cottage roof, 4 sides. The guys that are calling him for these aren't in it for that.
No.
But the people that are building new homes for themselves want that. So there's 2 different people building structures.
They want that.
They want that.
But they don't want to pay the price.
Absolutely.
Some people do, but yeah, you're right. Some people do.
That's a small fraction, and that fraction is probably as big as the contractors who actually care about building it properly as well.
Yep.
And my problem is that you either just say, fuck it, and I'm going to build a different way, which is less caring and make profit, or I keep fighting this battle. Trust me, I don't know how long you guys have known me or followed me. I've fought plenty of battles, man, and I've had plenty of conversations with lots of tradespeople on different job sites and also on the show. The way you're doing it, Manny, is wrong. You're the minority in this industry. You need to be a part of the majority, which is the majority don't care as much. It's sad to hear. I still disagree with it, and I still try.
The fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly it. But that's the majority of our industry, no?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I fucking see it all the time. All the time. Fuck it. What?
You know who can't fuck it? And this is what I'm proud to deal with these guys, are the Masons.
Absolutely. Bonito Masonry.
Bonito?
I can go on. I can give a bunch of names.
Listen, I love Masons. We just had Tri County in here. And
that's what I mean.
I love Masons.
If you put a brick on the wall that's crooked or a stone upside down or backwards, you can't hide it. No. It's there forever, and everyone's going to see it. You're judged every day on your work. And that's, now that you ask me, why do I follow up and why do I take the call and why, do these things? Probably it's because I was trained by a Mason.
Really?
The gentleman, I'm going to say.
Older cat?
Yeah, Len Dematia, rest his soul. Opened his business in 1970 after he grew allergic to cement and couldn't work with it anymore and started becoming a dealer. And he unloaded loads of Walco sill from Ohio in his driveway by hand, 10-foot lengths with his crew. A 45,000-pound truckload. They were just manpower, no machines.
Yeah.
And orders went in by teletype, and everything when I got there was done by hand.
Teletype.
2007. That's how he started in the 70s. And in 2007, I wrote invoices by hand. And if not everybody in the office could read your writing, redo it. Everyone has to know. And maybe it's just that type of mentality that a good Mason, the guys that are really proud, and I think most of them end up becoming that way because you have to be to stick in it, instilled in me, and I think my father going back and just generationally, it's in my genetics to be a little more caring about my work and the people I'm with on a day-to-day basis. But I think that if we're doing a circle here of where things are going, is if you can hide it and if you can say fuck it, I think there are a lot of people doing that. The owner won't notice. You notice, I notice. The owner won't even notice. And do they notice?
Nope.
A lot of times they don't.
They don't care.
Until it's the final payment.
Then they care. Then they'll bring up issues.
Or there's a leak in the roof.
Something.
Water's coming in from this strange.
I didn't like the way you smiled at me on Thursday. Can we talk about the price?
Yeah. As soon as you got to open your wallet.
Always the price, man.
As soon as the money has to be.
But I mean, Serge, why not just say fuck it and look at the numbers and sit down with your wife or sit down with everybody who's working on the business and going, I can make this much more money if I just say fuck it.
Because I'll be honest with you, when I do a project, if I do a custom bathroom, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for myself because I'm trying to be. I feel like an artist. I feel like an artist, and I feel like, holy shit, man! I sat back and I did that. And you know what? I just improved that much better on that project. I'm going to move on to the next project, and I'm going to do 10 times better. Every single build I've ever done, I've always pushed myself and make it that much better.
It's the way it should be. It just gets me thinking. Clinton Young. I don't know if you heard the recent show, Clinton Young. I don't know, 298 or something like that.
Okay.
Fieldstone.
The guy with all the tattoos.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, there's been about 100
the
guys on
last
this
guy,
show
the
that are
last
all
guy, the
tatted
last
up,
guy,
right?
yeah.
But yeah, he sent me some text pics, and it was a miter of a casing. I don't know how this magically happened, but the vertical was wider than the horizontal, and it's still mitered, but it didn't miter properly, so it was all filled up with DAP.
Oh.
And that's how it was left. And then he showed me a picture of a steel column in the basement that had colonial casing or baseboard around the bottom of it, and it's a round piece of steel, and it's all filled with DAP.
Was he in Sudbury?
This is Toronto based. I'm not exactly sure.
I can almost guarantee he was in fucking Sudbury.
Someone might as well just open up a
man.
business and just call it fuck it contracting and just get right to the point, and that's who the clients are going to hire. Just accept it.
Yep.
That's it.
It's horrible, man.
Well, what do you say when you say free estimates?
You
Lowest price
devalue your
guaranteed?
skill.
Like, yeah, you're devaluing yourself before you even
Show
the
up.
customer expects you to
Who
be the
started
cheapest.
it free?
That's the
hungriest
problem.
guy.
Who started it?
Who started it?
The guy that was
guy.
trying to undercut everyone.
The
You
low
get
guy.
you get a lot of people that are I guess influencers, in the industry, that are saying you should charge. You should come up with a rate. You should do that magic formula where, listen, I charge $1,000. If you hire me, then I take $1,000 off the price. We do the job and everyone's happy, right? But someone started this free bullshit.
Yep.
And then now it's ingrained in clients. Every client, it's ingrained, right? And if it's not free, cash. That's the other evil sword, right?
Yep.
And I know this. I know this for a fact. I mean, I could just, and I don't frown upon anybody who does cash. I know the industry to keep driving. You got to kind of do a blend. You got to kind of
That's
help.
survival.
That's exactly it, right? And so I don't frown upon anybody that does cash. You're surviving. You're doing a good job. You're still delivering quality,
Absolutely.
right? If you're technically speaking stealing money from the government, when the government is fucking abusing the money and wasting it, and then you got to question, why am I giving it to you? But that's a whole other political theater that I don't want to get into. But those are the two that we're being told by the clients. The people that have the least amount of construction experience are telling us that's how we should run our business. No, fuck you. That's not how we should run our business.
And if you put any kind of pushback, holy fuck, the homeowner looks at you like you're the devil.
But then I just face the devil and I don't want to meet him, so I'm going to leave. And
So
then you don't work for the devil.
Over the
That's
years, I've learned to, and construction will fucking toughen you up. And I've learned to harden up. Ask Aaron.
But hopefully not too hard that you're like, I hate this business.
On a job site, I'm 100% like full on serious. Don't fuck around.
You still got the love every time you start a new job?
Goddamn right.
Even
I
though the
love
job wasn't 100% what you got, like it kind of got whittled down. The price got dropped a little bit. Hopefully you did that move where it's like, you want that price to go down? Let's remove scope because I'm not discounting the price.
I almost never get that. That's the price, that's the job, and that's it.
And they'll never come back at you and go, can you lower this
Nope.
1,000,
I've never had
2,000?
that issue, fortunately.
We get that shit all the time.
I guarantee you do.
All the time.
Doesn't that come down to your contract though? Like how many when you've got a
Contract
reno-
doesn't mean shit in
Absolutely,
construction.
you're right. It does.
no, it
doesn't
does.
mean
Okay,
shit.
you're right. It doesn't mean shit, but it is your written communication
It is.
between you and the homeowner. So the first time as a contractor that it starts to go sideways, isn't it your responsibility to bring that to their attention and
You're
say,
exactly right. That's the thing is that, but most contractors are always trying to people please. They don't want to rattle the boat.
That's our
Nobody ever wants to talk about the fucking elephant in the room that's stepping on brand new hardwood. You know what I mean? And they want to be nice. So then the clients start to twist the wording or the scope, what we agreed on. That's already been tracked in emails or either text or in a contract or any like a statement signed off, changed. They start questioning that shit. You don't want to be the bad guy. So you start to please and you continue to please. And then all of a sudden at the end of the job, all these continue to please situations are all compiled. And now you've got to really confront it. But they've got all the bargaining power. You don't. That's the best thing. Like you just said it. The best thing to do is confront that fucking thing right then and there. And it comes up. We're not moving forward until we resolve this. This little problem we have to resolve. Because I know where this little problem's going to go. It's going to be a massive problem in your favor, and I'm going to lose out. Contractors always lose out. I honestly believe that homeowners twist the contract way before and way more often than contractors do.
Absolutely.
Because they got you in there.
Yeah. They're the customer.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, the customer's right. In their mind, they're the customer. The customer's right. They do have you in there. All your tools are in their house. Everything's there. They give you the deposit. Materials
Legally
ordered.
speaking, the moment that material shows up on that job site,
Theirs.
exactly.
It's theirs. I've been there through material
It's not
supply,
yours.
and I've seen
You facilitated the
screw.
delivery. You had your laborers carried it in. You brought it in there. They started working with it. It does not belong to you. You paid for it. You fronted it. You got it. It does not belong to you. It belongs to the homeowner. So they got you literally by the construction balls. That's just how it works. All I could do is, like, I tell guys, if you're young or whatever, you're getting started, the moment you smell a tiny, tiny fucking problem, solve that problem right away.
Right off the hop.
That's it.
Yep.
Be the bad person right off the bat.
I tend to walk the client through, and I'm like, don't go on holidays because I ain't doing this job.
Oh, fuck, they love that.
Don't fucking go on holidays. You're staying here. You're watching this whole fucking progress. Take pictures. Don't fuck around.
No, I'm going to get away, clear my head. This is too
You're
dramatic.
going to look at the job, and whenever a problem arises, you're not going to hold me up. You're going to we're going to figure this out, and we're moving on from that.
Common sense dictates that it should be that way.
That's how I do it. I don't do it. I won't take a job if you're going to go on holidays.
Let me do a little history, guys. Sorry?
I'm a little different contractor. I'm not a gypsy contractor where they do 15 jobs at once and fuck all gets done and the quality of work goes for shit.
It does.
I told myself when I got into this, I'm going to do one job and move on to the next. Simple as that. I mean,
But
I'm not
your
making
nervousness-
millions. I'm not making millions, and I come to terms that I'll never be a fucking big time contractor making millions, but at least I'll do 100% the best quality I can do for the job.
But what about nervousness about we finish a job? Job never finishes on time because so many changes. So you're booking another job. You're like, okay, I'm going to start this date, but then that last job you got to finish. So that date gets pushed a tiny bit.
That's fine. I'll call the client and say, hey, listen, we're just a week out ahead. Or we're a week out. Can we move?
And they're cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've waited for me, right? And most of my clients are referral. And I tend to, you get a good vibe when you meet them on the initial consultation.
You've walked away from a bad vibe?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Just like polite, just gone, see you later?
Yeah.
Or like, I forgot a tape measure in my van. I'm just going to go to the van and I'm just out of here, right?
No.
I should do that one day just for the fucking shits and giggles of it, man.
Fuck you later. No, you just price the job where I've gotten screwed before, where you just price the job astronomically, where you know they're not going to take it. Fuck, you got the job though. Now you made money.
But you're making money. Now you're making legitimate money where you should be. That's the price that you should be making.
Or you just skyrocket the hopes and prayers here.
Guys, let me share a little bit of history and construction. History of basements. The existence and basements is highly dependent on geography and weather. Even in ancient times, colder areas used the space under a home for water, wine, and food. Yeah, if you're European, for sure. They were often small spaces with dirt walls and floors. Meanwhile, basements were unheard of in wet areas due to flooding risks. In the Renaissance, basement space provided wealthy families with a place for their kitchen, servants' quarters, and laundry rooms. When the increased presence of mold and mildew was realized, inventors began experimenting with vapor barriers and drainage systems to protect basement storage areas. Soon after, the need for storage was replaced by a living space. Still today, basements are commonplace in colder areas where the foundation must extend below the frost line so the building does not shift in freeze-thaw cycle. We know how valuable basement spaces are. I guess in parts of the U.S., they don't even have basements. They deal with crawl spaces and shit like that. But here in Canada, it's never been a storage space. It's living space, and especially income. Now that you can get $2,000 for a basement apartment, separate entrance.
It's wild, eh?
It's crazy, huh? Where do you guys want to go now, man? I'm enjoying this. I'm totally enjoying this. Do you want to get a little bit of business out? Sorry, like, I mean, with you, Aaron, because you got a shitload of things going on here. Like, I love
it's been a crazy year for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are they improving product? Are we back on the track? Or is the cart still in front of the horse?
I think next season, at least I haven't seen a big quality problem in masonry products. Concrete products maybe a little bit. But those get resolved. by good manufacturers. So I think quality-wise in the industry I am in, all things are good.
Good.
The
Are we
more
nervous?
manufactured, the more touches I think something has to go through. Something simple like Windows even seems to be still a problem.
Windows is a whole other fiasco.
Such a phony industry.
Windows.
That's
Fucking
another-
right.
Well, okay.
How are you gonna know?
I'm going to
you-
blame politicians for that, for getting our infrastructure
absolutely.
here and sending it down to the states. And I'm not angry at anybody like in the states or anything like that, but it's just we can't get the glass, and Canada is not a viable market. When you're 37, 38 million people, and you're the size of California, you're ordering X amount. I think we had a supplier on. They were talking about it. Like it's like 3 or 4% of their product is sold in Canada. Are you really going to take care of Canada if you're 3-4%? You're gonna take care of the other 97, 96, right?
It's like lumber.
Same thing. Well, lumber shipped to Asia, shipped to the South. We have it all here.
Yeah, I know.
Are you guys nervous about next year? Is there going to be a recession?
Oh fuck yeah.
I was having beers last night and we were just shooting the shit, and the youngin at 28 years old was like, "Man, is this really going to happen?" I was going, "Dude, I'm not a fortune teller, but I'm telling you, it's going to fucking happen."
Yep. I think so.
I'm
It's not
twice your
realistic.
age,
Yeah.
and I've been through. It's going to happen.
But we haven't really seen it.
Well,
We haven't seen a hard recession.
Not a hard one.
We
This-
see
this
we
will
see
be
a
a
dip
hard
and then
one.
a correction.
Yes.
But no one's really went hungry. You know, no one's had to do without.
But
Are
it's
we getting to that? Or is
interesting-
it going to come to that where the trades maybe will see people come in because they are hungry and they see there is a need for construction? Maybe that 1.5 million number they're talking is going to be make work for hungry people. Where's it go? Like,
How the fuck is that
someone
gonna
looking ahead?
happen?
We can't. I don't know.
It's not gonna happen.
How are we, like where? Yeah, does it make sense?
If you have a cannonball, do you try to figure out how to build all the cars that you need for the cannonball, or do you try to figure out all the drivers that you need for the driving of these cars? You bring the workforce in first.
Yeah.
Then we catch up to what's existing, and we get to a point where now we're sustainable. Now we can build 1.5. But they're going half-ass backwards here. Like-
So, construction people always, I'm going to say new Canadians, right?
Yeah.
New Canadians kind of fill construction jobs. So where are all the new Canadians?
They're saying immigrants.
Immigrants.
So they're
New
opening up
Canadians
floodgates with
apply.
immigrants,
Yeah,
right?
immigrants. So they're going to be, are they going to be immigrants coming to work in construction?
They say they're going to be.
And how do we get them in construction? Do we rely on the government?
And
No.
who's training them?
And even if you train them, how long does it take to train? This ain't months. This is years.
It's like a 10-year process.
Yes.
Easily 10, 15 years.
That's if they still keep the interest and want to stay in it. They'll stay for the 10 years. Now you've at the point where I can either be on my own, I can work for somebody, I could be a site forward, like I could be a product, right? But that takes a decade.
Yeah.
So like they're talking about a decade, this magic is going to happen. I don't know what they're rolling up certain dollar bills and they're snorting certain items,
no,
and
That's,
that's
white envelopes
yeah,
everywhere.
that's-
Christmas in July.
That's exactly what it is, man.
Christmas
But
in
are you
July.
seeing them? I'm not seeing them. I would love to see it one day, though.
Or is this that 1.5 million number? Is that coming from the OHBA as a
No,
driver
it's-
for the industry to keep
No.
the industry pushing for new?
No, that's political theater. That's just like I think someone did some sort of analysis and said, well, based on the last 10 years, this is the number we got to. Based on what we think is going to happen in the next 10 years, this is what I think we can. But people that don't swing a hammer are telling you this.
But if they came up with that number, they have to have an agenda of how to meet that number, and that number is always going to involve money, and somehow them being involved in the process to get to this magic number to say we did it.
What's the number one objective of any public official? I don't care what planet, I don't care what country, I don't care. What's the number one thing?
Keep their job.
Re-election.
Re-election.
So say whatever the fuck you want to get reelected.
Yep.
So how does 1.5 million homes in 10 years help them get reelected, other than with us, because it's our industry? Like, hell yeah, let's start building homes.
In 4 years, Ford will be attacking it again, trying to keep his job, and he's going to start shooting out numbers saying we've already achieved 300,000 of this 1.5. We're on track for being. You're going to see that. I guarantee you're going to
All
see that.
phony numbers.
Yeah, and nobody's really going to be looking at the truth behind those numbers.
Because if you start contesting it, then you look like you're the bad guy.
Exactly. But the thing is, the people in the construction industry are the ones that are going to be contesting it, going, no, we're not building that fast. We're still being like everything's being trailed, man.
Yep, absolutely.
So that's why I'm saying that we're on our own. You either have to build your own little circles. You have to find like-minded people in this industry. You've got to push out the cash, guys and girls that want to do those business fly-by-nights. Don't work for landlords that want to just fucking do shit work and just make $1. Mm-hmm. Let them do it. Let them swing a hammer. Yeah. If they want to do it, then let them do it. Let them figure it out.
I'm trying not to devalue myself. That's pretty much what
That's important, man.
You know. But yeah, like back on the topic of what is it, 1.5 million homes in 10 years?
Yeah.
Like I said, man, at the beginning, I'm still trying to become a registered builder.
You started that process.
2.5 months. HCRA has not got back to me.
Have you followed up?
Yep, absolutely.
And
so it went from application on the status to pending.
It's still pending.
Yes, sir.
And then you follow up again asking when you guys are going to change this pending to?
On the pending status, the original phone call was, it takes 8 weeks. And I'm like,
you're at 10.
Now we're at 10. So I'll wait. I'll call Monday and find out what's going on.
Are you speaking to somebody, or is it just
obviously a receptionist?
Okay.
Low man on totem pole.
Yeah.
And that's all they can answer.
And you're doing this for what reason?
Just to be, I don't know. I just rather to open up my more avenues. I don't want to build multiple homes. I want to build 1 or 2 custom homes a year, and that is it. Quality custom homes. For me.
And you want to abide by the rules.
Absolutely.
But then you have to sell those rules to the client. So that house is going to cost a certain price.
Absolutely.
There's going to be a min, max. Right? Max depends on the quality or the extras or all kinds of bells and whistles that you add. Is the market wanting that up there?
To a certain degree.
Yeah.
But everybody has an uncle. Everybody has that is in contract.
Everybody Googles. Everybody watches YouTube videos. Everybody watches TV.
A shit ton of contractors in Sudbury.
Really?
We're only 166,000 people. Shoot. By the way, that's the same amount of people the same amount of population since I've been, because I'm 44 years old.
It hasn't grown?
Hell no. We're not progression there. We're regression.
So what's the mayor?
Horrible.
They're not doing anything?
No.
Well, they are. There's changes.
What are they doing?
There's changes happening in Sudbury that are, the thing is, when we come down here and drive here, it's always developing. Everything, the cranes are up, everything's new, everything's fresh. And if this is where you land and you come north, I'm going to say north, it does seem a little backwards because it is. It's not as progressive. There's not the same amount of money and influx of energy as far as like human energy and just drive. So things are a little slower.
Too much red tape.
And the politicians are the politicians. They're holding things steady. They don't have to push for innovation, and it's hard to attract people. But now that people are getting, say, the old COVID mindset of pre-COVID was go, 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 then not a lot of people that were fortunate, I'm going to say fortunate or unfortunate, however you want to look at it, to work from home, kind of chilled out.
Yeah.
Said, I can work from home. I don't have to live in the city. I want to go somewhere there's water, and those kind of people have that's what Sudbury's selling now is they call it the city of lakes, or promote all the water,
But it's a beautiful city.
It's a beautiful city.
It's a beautiful
It's
city.
a beautiful city.
Or it can be a beautiful city.
It can be.
Can be, yeah.
There's pockets that are dirty and there's pockets that are beautiful. And the homes where the people don't have the budgets and are looking for everything top end aren't in neighborhoods. They're on water, down a gravel road, private and hidden. And that's what those people want. And that's what the city's attracting and drawing into it.
So the homeowners there, what are their career options? What are they doing? What type of people work
Mining, blue collar.
Mostly blue collar.
Yep.
Yeah, supporting that industry, the professionals, the engineers, There's a lot of heavy industry that's developed there.
Mostly
spinning off from the mining industry. That's now smart people have brought it global because we're all connected now, and they've been able to span it out. So there's a lot of sort of global money coming into Sudbury. We're fortunate to have it. But on the contractors end and how that affects contractors is the contractors that are the best at social media, at having a nice office, that having a public face, you know, greeting the customer, doing all the right things as far as the image is concerned, are getting those customers first. Naturally, because they're out there hunting for them. They're working hard for them.
Yeah, they're presenting it.
So a guy like, they're presenting it. They're selling it.
Yeah.
A guy like Serge isn't always they're not going to go on Instagram and necessarily find Serge because they just look on their phone and say Home Builder Sudbury and see someone who has a bunch of awards. That's accreditation. That's credibility.
Not in my opinion. Awards don't mean shit.
It's not for us because you know the difference. But how does what
the homeowner doesn't know?
The homeowner doesn't know. So how does a homeowner who's got, we're going to say 2 million because they're building something special or up, how do they determine who's going to build them that house? How do they know without word of mouth? It's word of mouth.
It's word of mouth and the feeling that they get and the scope of work that they've seen on either digital. I don't know how many people like clients of yours have seen your work personally.
None.
I hate that. I hate any client that asks me, can I go visit? Because I don't want to disrupt that person that I just did the work for. And I wouldn't want to come to you after this is done to disrupt your life, to bring people, strangers, into your home just so you to take a look at it. Call them, have a conversation with them. If you want to vet them that way, sure. But to disrupt their own life, no. It took time to build. They're done. It's finished. Let them enjoy it.
Yep, absolutely.
But these guys, I guess,
you've got the beauty of digital now. You can share your work.
Everyone's getting better at Photoshop.
Oh, yeah. Pictures don't necessarily.
And then always strategic too. You know what I mean? Certain angles, yeah. And you're hiding other bullshit, right? So it's just like, but homeowners don't. Is like, this is bullshit.
How many times do you zoom in on that picture just to see?
I'm just curious.
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Every single time.
If someone sends me something, take a look at this. Yeah, sure. I'll zoom in. I'll zoom in. I want to take a look at this shit, see how good it is.
Yeah.
I never understood the guys that did the videos where they're like walking around all over the place and all of a sudden they're zooming into the spirit level of a level, right? And all of a sudden they're like, oh, look, it's between the lines. And the camera's like doing this. And I'm like, that's not verification. I mean, that's not telling me it's perfectly level. That's just like, you just show me this on an angle on this side and that side, whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's back to presentation.
Yep.
Everyone is a better used car salesperson than the next person.
Whoever has the best game.
That's all it is. And you connect with the client, and that's how you get the job. That's got to be tough, though. If Sudbury is a blue-collar community, how do you sell them on mid to high-end quality?
I've changed my approach.
So in what way?
I'll talk to the client, kind of have an idea what they're looking at doing, and I'll give them the option. Do you want me to handle the whole project? Because normally, finished material, I'll let the homeowner pick it, and then I can't take a picture for Instagram because it just looks like
crazy.
You know what I mean?
I know.
So if I take the whole, take the reins and just keep moving forward and show them, like, listen, I'll give them little samples. What do you think of that? Oh yeah, we love it, and I'll do it, and then I'm happy, they're happy, everybody's happy, and then that way I'm being efficient because I know where all the material is. I know how to get the material. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'll get it all on my time. I know, and I won't load the whole goddamn job site with fucking material everywhere where you're like jockeying shit around. So for me, I'm starting to go that approach and just giving them the package deal. This is what it's going to be. This is how much it is. Custom bathroom, $30K. Let's move on.
I want to ask you, Serge, do you pay attention to how Aaron sells you? Because as contractors, we can learn a lot from a good salesperson.
He's never sold me.
No, but there's certain techniques. Like sometimes when we all get telemarketing calls, right? There's always someone with a surname Govinder that's got like calling me about duck work, right? And
duck.
I know. So, but sometimes if I'm curious, I'll just stay on the phone to just hear if this guy could actually sell me. Because then if I can maybe learn a trick or two, then fine. But if I can't learn anything in the first minute or two, I hang up and I'm gone, right? But a good salesperson that I connect with, someone that actually I see and they care about my business, they care about the industry, they care about a bunch of shit, I'll have conversations that kind of plant sales tips because we need them too to speak to our clients. So that's why I'm always really interested in salespeople that know how to communicate properly.
I try to sell myself. And so I'm one of those oddball contractors that think, well, and a renovation is a little bit of an inconvenience for the homeowner. So I'm there 7 days a week till the goddamn job is done. Faster the job is done, faster I get paid in full. I shit you not. So I'll do every project 7 days a week, move on to the next, take a week off, move on to the next project. That's how I've always, it works for me. May not work for him, may not work for that guy, but it works for me.
What about your own personal life, though?
There's lots of time. There'll always be time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're tight. You close it down at 5. You work
Depending.
a reasonable schedule. You don't kill yourself 7 days a week. You work 7:30 to 5.
Yeah, there's always another day, right?
No rules up by you? I mean, technically speaking, in this area, we're not allowed to work on Sundays at all. Saturdays, we're only allowed to work
Really?
9 to 5. And during the week is 7 to 7,
That's wild.
right? No, there's no hourly
No, nothing like
restrictions, eh?
Homeowners are happy when they see you there.
Really?
Oh, yeah, 7 days a week.
Right through the holidays? Holidays are coming up. So you take it right
well,
through the 24th or no?
No. Like, yeah, I would work right up through to the, like, even Christmas Day if I had to.
Really?
Absolutely.
Can't.
I would. I've never had that, but I
Yeah.
would.
Yeah. But then you definitely back in there right after, like on Boxing Day or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Working all the way to the 31st or something.
Yeah. This last build I just did, I started April 16th. I moved in. I got occupancy December 10th, 7 days a week, and not 1 day off.
Wow.
Up at 5, train my body up at 5, work till 7 every night. So all this fucking hit the gym bullshit and all this recovery time, you know where you're actually going to recover the most? Sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep it
Go
through.
to bed.
That's it, man. And wake up. You become a robot.
When everybody's partying, everybody has to do other shit outside of construction. They don't care. People don't care about your business as much as you. They never will.
I love the aspect of building, and that's what drives me that 7 days a week.
But you can't do everything.
I do everything.
You do everything.
Yep. On my own stuff, I will do everything.
But on client stuff.
On client stuff, I'll bring in the guys that I need.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. I'm the same way. On my own
Like
shit, yeah.
Like on HVAC, I'll get shout out to My Home Heating. And then
Who's he? Who's it?
his name's Ryan.
Ryan? Okay.
Yeah, solid dude. I'll use him. Electrical used to be, obviously.
You're in the market for a new one.
Absolutely.
We should have a construction Tinder, eh?
Absolutely.
You need
You're
a new
onto
electrician?
something
No,
here.
seriously,
You're onto
electrician.
something.
Just like here's an electrician. You know, he's got 5 years experience, looking good in his workwear or whatever. He's got all his gear. It's like, okay, swipe right here, take him.
Damn, who's going to go on there, though?
I think every contractor will
Every
go on there.
Yeah, let's put something together.
Yeah, there you go.
We need a software developer.
I joke the show is construction Tinder because everybody that's on the show is always getting reached out by other people. I heard you on, and yeah, I like what you had to say. If you're ever in the market, that's what I get. I get a lot
There
of
you go.
that.
You're connecting people.
Yeah.
I started the, I don't know, for me, I just started every podcast episode you've had, and whoever you have on, I'll just follow them. Fuck it.
Just see what they're up to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, and you know what? I found in just talking to contractors, everybody likes trying to keep secrets. Guys like to keep their trade
Yes, they
secrets.
do.
This is
Yes, they do.
I got my wheelhouse. I don't want to share that with Serge, and Serge has all his secrets that people are stealing from him too. Everybody has, that mentality isn't healthy. I don't think it is. And
Doesn't move you forward.
No. And I mean, I work as a salesman, and we go over all those businesses I represent there. So one company is a landscape construction company. So now I'm involved in estimating projects, not just the material end, but the labor and, mini X machine, this and so many loads in and out. And now I'm figuring a lot more factors other than just so many square feet of material. So the challenge continues in that sort of selling relationship.
Yeah, it does.
It's easy. It's easy to sell brick or stone because people don't know anything about brick or stone until they have to pick it for their house that one time that they build, or twice if they're lucky, or what have you. So it's easy to come off as an expert.
Yep.
And I hate to say it because I don't want people coming and stealing my gravy, but it's taken a long time for me to build the relationships and know what I know. Maybe I sell myself short when I say it's easy, but as a general contractor, you're a general contractor and you have to know everybody's business. You know, your masons, your electricians, your plumbers.
And how do you do that?
How do you do that?
You got to open up. So it's like,
and you have these
I got
conversations.
to give you something. You
Yeah.
didn't give me something. That's how you do it.
No, and have these conversations and everybody can win.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like you said, when things go sideways because there wasn't a conversation had, that the homeowner wins every time.
Yeah.
So how do all the contractors get together and say, what can we do when we start a job to protect ourselves from these situations? Because you don't have someone monitoring every hiccup. And I know how it goes because a hiccup will happen and the job should stop. But if a decision isn't made right away, the whole crew stops moving. The truck stopped rolling. 3 guys on a job site are standing there holding their shovels. And the homeowner thinks something's going on. And if you're not billing time, that time's your time that you're sucking up.
Yeah. I find the younger generation is harder to reveal secrets because I think they've got 2 things going on. If they bring somebody in and they're training them and teaching them a bunch of shit, in the back of their head, they're thinking this person's going to think that they can do my job within 6 months or a year or whatever it is, and then they'll be gone.
I won't lie.
You think that way? Yeah.
I'm that guy.
I never gave a shit because my mentality when I got into construction or anything I do, if I'm a one-trick pony, then I shouldn't be in any industry.
Really, eh?
So if I could reinvent and do something, I mean, I've done bathrooms how many different ways? I've always tried new ideas, different. I don't give a shit. You want to take that? Go ahead and take it. I'll figure out another way to do something. You know what I mean? I'm still dumbfounded that this show's doing so well, and all we do is talk construction. It's like we talk about the same thing over and over, but we talk about it in different ways. You can't be thinking that you're a one-trick pony. It doesn't matter what trade you are or if you're a GC. Every house that you worked on is not the same. You've done things differently. So you've got different ideas. Plus, there's new products coming in. You want to try new products. You want to implement these products in different ways. You can't be a one-trick pony. So I don't have that fear. If you want to take them, go ahead. But the thing is, leave on good terms because I guarantee you're going to want to call me and have a conversation with me because you're going to get into a bind. And then you can't call me if you left and burned, right?
I think part of it is, for me, is young guys that just don't have the passion. So
They have the money before the passion.
that's all they're worried about.
They think their money is dictating their passion. And it shouldn't.
But you can know.
Pay me more and I'll work passionately.
You know,
You can't buy passion.
Smack you on your head,
People
you'll
give
work
passion.
passionately.
People give their passion.
Yes. It's
They're
in you or
not-
it's not.
Yeah, they're not.
Simple as that. It doesn't matter if I fill your wallet. It's not going to make you a more passionate tradesperson.
Yeah, money comes at the end.
I've had so many people reach out to me. Recently, I had 2 kids, 18 and 20 years old, right? Their mom follows me. I'm like, okay, cool. And then the mom said they should check this out, right? So then they reached out, sent me a DM, and they just said, listen, love to ask you a few questions. And I said, here's my number. Let's schedule a call. And then they called. We had a conversation. They were both on the phone. And 18 and 20 want to get into electrical trade. They were asking me, where should I start? Where should I go? Where should I begin? Should I go to school? Should I do the course? Should I do the trade school? Should I do all this other shit? And we had a good conversation. We had a great conversation. And I said, the best thing you guys did was reach out and make a phone call to somebody in the industry. And you guys are young enough to start already planting the seeds, right? Figure out. That's smart. 18 and 20-year-olds.
Absolutely.
They have a passion. They see they're not even exactly sure if they want it to be electrical. And I said that's the other thing. And the one thing I did say to them, reach out to whoever you want to reach out to, whether they're a Sparky, and I gave them some suggestions, a lot of guys that have been on the show. Reach out to them and go, listen, I want to shadow you for 30 days for free. Just offer that. And hopefully you can learn. At the end of the 30 days, you ask them, are you ready to pay me? Or do we part ways, shake hands, everything's all good. But if they show the passion and they're interested, then that person is going to hire them. No?
That's solid advice.
Could work. Hopefully these guys stick in it, right? And that's, why isn't the government doing that?
well, that's what I was just about to bring up. Do you see the government agency making it almost goddamn impossible for a young guy to get into the trade?
They don't make it attractive for any young person to get into the trades.
Fuck, they make it almost impossible.
There's something really interesting that I can't share yet because I've been told don't share this, happening next week. I'm visiting a manufacturer that has come up with something that will change the construction industry. And change in a good way, because it's going to change it to attract younger tradespeople from getting into the industry. I'll tell you guys off mic about it, right? But I can't say it on the mic because I'll get slapped or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But I mean, I do love that the show's giving me the opportunity where I can have these candid conversations with certain people that are in the industry. I'll listen to them. I won't listen to politicians, because these people actually want to genuinely change the industry for the better, not to monetize. They're going to make money from this. Of course they're going to make money, but they're also going to attract a lot of new blood into the industry. That's what I find attractive.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
How do we get new people in? That's why I asked about the new Canadians. Are they coming here to work construction?
Somebody's, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, what are we doing for our young people? I got my son saying he wants to come work at Futurescape next summer. So I got one recruit. He'll be 16,
And he's conscious of how hard that work is.
He's an athlete. He wants to be strong. The best landscape crews I saw were run by wrestling coaches.
I don't think Tom Brady could last in construction.
Well, maybe not. But you know what?
Best workout in the world is be a contractor.
It is, but being an athlete or being a trainer or being like that is not necessarily being a good contractor.
No, not. But
I'm just
to be
trying
a
to split it.
laborer,
Yes.
to be a laborer, to work a shovel,
Yes.
just to hustle all day and sling rock and
Yes.
and say you're fit.
But I've seen 18-year-olds come on the job site through OYAP program and already have, my wrist is kind of hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Like by lunchtime.
Belly aching.
Your wrist is kind of hurting. I'm almost 3 times your age, man, and my wrist feels fine. Right?
so you got to tell him that. Man up.
I did tell him that. I was like,
Can't say that no more. Hurts people.
Okay,
No, I
you say
said
use
it.
whatever words
I
you want to
said-
use.
Hurts
I
people.
wasn't standing. I wasn't standing around. I was actually doing the exact same thing. I go, if you want, you push the wheelbarrow. I'll shovel the gravel. I don't give a shit which one you want to do. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know.
So
like,
put it make them feel. Yeah, they got out. They got out.
he
man
didn't show up the next day. I was just he's done. He was tapping
Yeah.
out, right?
So you end up going through people like that.
Soft.
OBC talk, required guards, guys. Every accessible surface not protected by a wall, including but not limited to flights, ramps, exterior landings, porches, balconies, mezzanines, galleries, and raised walkways, must be protected by a guard if there is an elevation difference of more than 600 millimeters, which is 23.5/8, and if there's a slope of more than 1 in 2 within 1.2. What's up?
Oh no,
We're just talking about that the
I
other day.
had a job this week at jobs the guys are on today.
Oh.
I called Serge for some OBC info on steps. Here
Yeah.
we go. Keep going. Yeah.
So actually, I haven't posted the show yet, but you guys definitely want to check out tracks.ca. I'll talk more about it, but it's all the building code right online.
Oh, solid.
Sign up for monthly, and then you can type in
Yeah.
whatever you want.
2 of the big binders. Hard.
They're
cover.
right there.
I like
Yeah.
it digital.
They're right here.
Put it in my phone.
So digital is fucking amazing.
Solid.
Tracks.ca, check it out. I mean, I'll do the show, and you guys will see it. And we actually walked through it, and we were using it, and it's brilliant.
Awesome.
So you won't have to go through
About-
that.
That's a help.
What
There
they
we
should
go.
have done is actually they should have written the actual building code in normal layman's term.
Can't. It has to be legalese. Has to be.
Too many gray areas.
You got to figure out every
and
possible
interpretation.
Yeah.
Interpretation.
I don't know.
Interpretation.
If you read all that detail on steps and landings and heights and elevations, it's detailed
It's
there.
pages and
It's-
pages
it's
and
there.
pages of different
The answers are
variable
there.
options of things that you could possibly build. They have to cover every gambit. And then there's still going to be new stuff that's going to come up, and that's where all the amendments come in. But this website actually puts all the amendments automatically in real time.
Oh, perfect.
So you don't have to fucking put it into the binder, right?
Yeah.
I hate those binders. I want to light a match to those binders. So 3 feet 11 inches. Guards are not required at loading docks, floor pits, and repair garages. Access provided for maintenance. Guards must be at least 900 millimeter, which is 35 3/8 high if they are within dwelling units. Serve a flight. Or guards must be at least 1,500 millimeters, 59 inches high if they serve exterior stairs or landings where the elevation difference is more than 32 feet 10 inches. Guards must be at least 42 inches and an eighth high in other areas. That's a standard 42 now.
Yep.
They changed all that shit. I would say 10, 11 years maybe. I find it personally, that's too high. I think it's a little high.
Under 5'11" is not.
No,
36.
42 inch
The
high
height?
rail. Yeah.
Aesthetically, it's not great.
That's
Yeah,
where I
looks-
get.
yeah.
That's above your hips.
You go into an older home. I'm sure there's older homes in Sudbury there.
Oh,
like
fuck.
it's about what 2 feet high. That's a little low. Like if my knee is higher than that railing, I got an issue with that railing. Like that's a little low.
Well, it makes a good case for 10-foot ceilings.
It's true.
Yeah, there you go.
It's true. Yeah. Gentlemen, where do you want to go from here, man?
What do we got time-wise? I got a 1:30
We got plenty
game.
of time. We got plenty of time.
All right.
What time you got to go? What is it?
I've got a 1:30 hockey game in Whippy. We'll
yeah,
make
you
it.
should
An
make
hour
it.
and a half.
No, you should make it. We got another half hour or so.
Solid.
Yeah.
Where do we want to go?
In Toronto traffic, a half hour would be. Yeah, it might take you about
ETR.
40 minutes or 45 minutes. So.
Yeah, the commute must suck here, right?
Toronto sucks, man.
It's horrible, eh?
Yeah, everyone knows I spell Toronto Traffic. That's how I spell Toronto. I might actually Photoshop the city limits when you come in population. I'll Photoshop the Toronto name to traffic, right?
That's amazing.
It's brutal, man. I have no idea who the civil engineer is here, man. Is it bad up in Sudbury?
No, not at all.
You can get around.
Everywhere.
Easy.
15
Just
minutes,
potholes
10
and-
minutes.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you're looking to blow out your suspension, come to Sudbury.
No,
you gotta
really?
get a
Oh,
half
yeah.
ton. You got to drive a half ton in Sudbury.
Your truck is beat the shit after a year. Like, it's horrible.
So if you had a chance, Serge, to change the industry up there, to educate the clients, would you make the effort to do that?
I do educate the client on the actual substrate material.
Yeah. So you choose, even though when you're presenting your quotes, you're still choosing the better product.
I use always the best product.
Okay.
As I don't need to come back. I don't need to have to come back with an issue. But with that being said, you've seen warranty issues with the product. A lot of the new product is shit, especially during phony 19. And like I've noticed, like products just not lasting and whatnot, right? And you think those guys are gonna come to bat for the
Did
warranty?
you just say phony 19?
I did.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure.
And then the reps, like I said, phone goes completely silent if there's an issue. So that warranty
I can't stand that, man.
that
It
warranty
was so
is
irritating.
about as good as that piece of paper it's written on.
What are clients asking for up there? What is it that you do like that they're asking for? When it comes to bathrooms, I guess when it comes to kitchens.
Most of my calls are like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for a custom bathroom. Can you do it for $5,000?"
What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
That doesn't exist, man. It didn't exist in the 80s.
That's what it is.
$5,000 for custom
Oh,
a
yeah.
3-piece?
Yeah, I just finished doing a quote on a job where the actual the whole bathroom needed to be completely gutted. All he wanted to do was fix the peeling paint in the ceiling. And I'm like, man, I'm not that guy. I'm not your guy. You
So
know what I mean?
just tell him to hire that guy. Tell him to find that guy.
I did. I pretty much told him, like,
He's in
find
a
yourself a guy.
beat
that-
up truck at the local box store.
Yeah.
That's where he's hanging out.
But that's what I seem to find on the clientele. But I do have a good clientele of referral clientele where I've done a few jobs back to back or whatnot, or a couple years down the road. They kind of understand the value. A lot of them in Sudbury don't.
But the clients reaching out to contractors through social media accounts, out of 10, how many of them are aware of the true value of a reno?
Out of 10?
Yeah,
None.
Zero.
None.
but
Zero.
a referral. How
Still-
many referrals have an
Every
idea?
single one.
So all the energy that contractors are putting into social media,
Smoke and mirrors.
smoke and mirrors. It's for your own entertainment, for each other's entertainment.
I call it the Kit Kat hour. So majority of clients, whether they work in office environment, whatever, at around 2-3, they get on social media and they start having just general bullshit conversation while they're wasting the rest of the day hours with their coworkers or their families or their friends or whatever. I need to find a contractor. Well, I'm already on Facebook checking Marketplace or whatever. Oh, well, check out this contractor. Is he on Facebook? Great, whatever. It gets connected automatically to IG. So then now you go and you see all these pretty pictures and you're like, okay, that seems like a cool contractor. I'm going to contact. Send them a DM, and that's how the ball starts. But they're not really focused. I think clients, I've said it, they need to go to school and understand what they want to build. They have to have this construction knowledge to have a two-way conversation.
See, that's happened. I've been part of the Sudbury District Home Builders Association going back years and years. And there have been really, really well structured information called pamphlets, online, reach us, contact us, see us before you do something.
That's smart.
And you know how many people actually call?
Nobody.
Very few. It's there as a resource. It's there as a resource.
They don't want to look at it. They'll like maybe read the first line and then right back to Pinterest, right back to house and start pulling out their board and start pulling out their selections. And this is my dream kitchen. This is my dream, whatever. But they haven't done the real homework.
No. And you know what? They don't listen to this podcast. They watch.
There's some.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And I hope more people do kind of tune in and do seek knowledge. And maybe it starts with the bank that's giving them the loan.
That's the other problem I have.
The banks just want to give you money.
Their
You got
budget,
equity.
and you
toss
argue
it.
exactly.
Yeah,
they
just
go,
toss some money.
we got a line of credit for X amount, so we have to build this bathroom for this much. That's how we got $5,000.
Yeah.
Our bank said, hey, you got approved for $5,000. Guess what, honey? We can build a bathroom now. No, you fucking cannot.
Everybody knows what a car costs, what a snow machine costs. Should Home Depot put in their flyer, because that's what goes later over a week? Bathroom rent was starting at $25,000. They say they're contracting. They say they offer contracting.
I know they do, but they undersell all the contractors that they. So the contractor's told it's no different than insurance work. They're told it's going to be $5,000 for this bathroom, but they've sold it for $10,000. Sorry, you were going to say something, Serge?
No, part of it I think is just the undercutting. Is the
race to the bottom.
And I got an uncle. That can do it. So then that uncle's like, fuck, you look at that price. Don't pay that. I can do it for it. And then you know how long that.
But the other game, the other flip is I can do it. I'll sign up. I'll do it. And then they tell the client extra this, extra that, all this other shit. Then the number gets up to 10, 15 grand. But now you're the bad guy. And also you've painted the industry as the bad guy.
Yep.
Every contractor does that. That's not true. Every contractor that's legit gives you a fair price. You just didn't like that fair price.
That's right.
So you looked for your price.
Yeah, you hear what you want to hear.
Yes.
To get what you want to get.
So you can't change them. All you can do is like you do, vet.
Yep.
If you meet that client, then he's not for you. She's not for you. Move on.
Yeah, I'll vet him. Like people
So
think that's
important.
crazy, but
No, it's
I'll
not.
vet it. I'll
it's not.
I'll fucking vet it.
I've had guys on the show here with they don't even when they present their numbers, there's no hard copy sent to them. They come into the room, the office, and they sit down, they present it, they have all the numbers there, and that's it. Then they ask for a copy and they say, nope. If you guys are interested in moving forward, let us know and we'll drop the contract. So
that's fair.
That's 100% fair.
There you go. Yeah,
and if you as a homeowner want to be a spy and have some Google glasses and you're videotaping the whole presentation, whatever, who gives a shit, but you're not getting a hard copy.
That's right.
That's fair. If you really are legitimate and you want to hire a proper contractor, then you should take this quote seriously. But the majority of clients out there don't. They want to race to the bottom, man. I just vet. That's the only way you can do. We can't count on politicians, and you can't count on clients educating themselves. So just vet and only hire or work with clients that
communicate.
That's it.
Communicate.
You get a vibe right away.
Yeah, you do.
Right away.
But you get a lot of younger trades that are so desperate. I got to get work.
Yep.
I've got no work. I've only worked 5 days this month. I need to get some work. I got to make my rent. Like you get a lot of that shit. So then they'll take whatever, and then it becomes a nightmare.
Yep. And that ruins it for everyone.
It does.
But we can't keep them out.
No.
The barrier to entry.
You
has
keep
to
them on that side, and we keep them on this
That's
side.
right. And most
it.
clients, and I think the people that want something good, they don't want those guys. If you're selling yourself as upper, you're always better to be higher end. That's one thing in sales. If you say, what do you learn in sales? I'll tell everybody listening is sell yourself as being better than everybody else. And what do you do that's better? Show the details. Show the cross section of your shower. Show the cross section of the steps that you're going to build out of the stone and all the materials that you use and why you use them and why you use Lapraire over the cheaper alternative, why you use GeoGrid and all the different products that are out there that we can use that take time to explain and aren't really necessarily simple. And you'll say, oh, the homeowner doesn't understand. They don't know, but you know. And if you know, sell them that you know. Be proud that you know.
Yeah.
Be proud that he's proud that he can say, hey, go see my man, go see my masonry man, go see Aaron, he'll look after you. The builders and the contractors I deal with, they're happy to send their people to me because I'm proud to explain, and I'm not explaining. This is the other thing, is the person controlling the conversation is the one asking the questions. So when you come into a showroom, don't expect the salesman to tell you everything. Expect the salesman to ask you questions. If he doesn't ask you questions, he's just there to take your order.
Yeah. That's not a salesperson.
That's
No.
an order taker.
And if
Yeah.
if he's just spouting out about the newest product that came in the showroom that some other salesman up the line dropped off that now you should buy because he's excited about it, he's not a salesman.
No.
The salesman is a guy that welcomes you, that you're happy to see, that asks you about your family because you've known each other for a long time. And then a few minutes later, you say, oh, yeah, shit, I came in for this. And, oh, okay. Then you start having the conversation about what's going on. As a contractor, now I'm with a contractor. I'm a contractor's representative and selling material. And the biggest thing a contractor can do, and I've seen it, and I know longtime contractors, is they have partnerships with their favorite suppliers.
That's huge.
And Sudbury's a small town. We got plumbing warehouse. Shout out to those boys. Been doing it forever and knock it out of the park.
Absolutely.
And every builder that has reputation.
Rough and finishing?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything. Answers, the sales, everything.
Solid company.
Nice.
Solid company.
Yeah. And there's a number of places like that where everywhere you go, you can find someone and look for them. If you can't find
They're there.
they're there. They're there.
Every city has it.
Every city has it. Don't just walk into the neighborhood guy that's the closest one and trust that he's going to look after you.
And just for that, I've followed him from business to business, and I've been 100% loyal to this
Only
guy.
2 businesses in all these years.
Your competitor.
jumping around.
Your competitor.
Yeah. So that's for you asked Serge
No,
what
it's-
Serge
it's
could learn.
it's great
What
advice.
Serge could learn from
great
me.
advice, yeah.
That's the advice that I have that I see on the ground. And for the guys that are successful, it's that communication point. And that contract where you come in, your scope of work, if it's a basement reno, it might be 3 pages. The more lines you can put on there, the better it is.
Yep.
And then one number at the end.
It's value.
It's value. It's value. And
Don't
it's
ever
clear.
undervalue your skill set, man.
No.
Don't ever sit there and just give
Don't
a
shit
number out of the fly-by-nights over the phone. Here's the number. How did you just pluck that from the clouds? That's what you want to get paid this week? I guess so, right? But no. I want to ask you guys, I'm still trying to peg, but I have no idea. Tool-wise, Serge.
Oh, DeWalt.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
I know.
I got nothing wrong with DeWalt. We just make a few jokes about DeWalt.
Why do I want to buy a whole nother set when I have all the fucking batteries? That's the problem.
Yeah, no, but all the influencers online are always talking about all these other tools that are amazing, and why not change your whole battery platform and go there? Because it doesn't fucking happen.
No, never.
All right, it doesn't happen. What are you, Aaron?
Makita.
You're a Makita guy. Huh?
My father came from Finland. The color's right.
That's exactly it. Wait, there's a lot of DeWalt in Finland.
Wow, that's fine. I'm not fussy.
No,
Does it
no,
get the job done?
no.
That's the tool.
That's exactly it.
Does
That's
it
what
get
I've
the
always
job
said.
done? I still have a Craftsman with a cord on it, drill, and
I still love my cord
and skill
tools. I
set.
don't give a shit. I'm not all
Craftsman
battery.
make great tools.
Yeah.
Cords are all right, man. They never fail. They never run out.
We're getting close to the end. I want to share a little Green Book talk. This is always fun because I hate that book, but we have to have that book, right? So as per OSHA's vital definitions, I'm curious, guys, do you guys know in OSHA what the term critically injured means? Critically injured.
Yeah, you're on life support.
As defined, an injury or serious nature that places life in jeopardy, produces unconsciousness, results in substantial loss of blood, involves the fracture of a leg or arm, but not a finger or toe. So you break a toe, you break a finger, that's not critically injury. Involves the amputation of a leg, arm, hand, foot, but not a finger or toe. Consists of burns to a major portion of the body or causes the loss of sight in an eye. In OSHA, the medical attention, that term, is defined as treatment for a legally qualified medical practitioner or registered nurse who holds an extended certificate of registration under the Nursing Act. Stuff that you learn on the show.
Yep.
Never had one in construction. Never been part of a critical injury. Knock on
Good,
wood.
knock on wood.
Knock on
Good.
Any major injuries?
Me?
Yeah.
Finger. Yeah. Table saw long time ago.
Really?
As a kid.
Shoot yourself with a nail gun?
No. I've shot myself once with a Brad.
Oh, yeah.
18 gauge. It tickled.
On this last build.
You had a framing? Really?
That
hurts.
Last build, I had the Boss Stitch 3 1/4 coil nailer, and I was leaning it up on my thigh.
No.
Depressed.
No.
Poof.
And you did quick? It was on the quick, huh?
Oh, yeah. Right in. All the way in. Pulled the whole thing back out. Went to the hospital, X-ray.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, that was it. Nothing. Clean. Back to work. Let's go.
I'm trying to get Ziggy on the show. Carpenter, Polish, old school, nice, super nice guy. It was him or somebody else. I'm trying to remember. Someone shot right through the steel toe, and they just pulled it out with the hammer and went right back to work.
Yeah. Right back to work.
Like, I guess it just nicked one of the toes, right? It didn't really go through the toe, so they're like, get back to work.
I was full depth, right in, right.
That's full force of the nail.
Oh yeah. Full
It was countersunk, or did you get a nail set to finish it off?
Nope. Pulled it right out and right back to work.
Ouch, man.
Yeah.
And it's that feeling of when it comes out, huh?
Yeah. I figure
Suction.
sitting idle is the worst thing after an injury.
It's true. Get it moving. Get the
Keep
blood
moving,
going.
man. Just
Yeah.
keep moving.
But if you do hit your leg and you hit a certain artery and you got little waterfall action and you're not landscaping, then go to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
Gentlemen, you ready for the 12 questions?
Sure.
Let's go.
What is your favorite construction word?
Beauty.
Jesus.
Jesus? He was a carpenter.
I don't really have a favorite word, to be
No?
honest with you. No.
What's been going on, man? Last few shows, a lot of people have been stumped on the very first one. They didn't have a construction word.
No.
But then other guys will get on there like, fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a word. That's
That's
what
a
he
word.
said on the
Word.
way here.
Yeah.
We were doing this, yeah.
Some guys love smoking. I love saying fuck.
What's your least favorite construction word?
Not my job. And that's not even a...
Yeah, fuck it. The fuck it.
I
Fuck
know,
it.
the fuck it's, man. What turns you on in construction, gentlemen?
modern build.
You like the contemporary, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Clean lines.
Amazing.
Materials more expensive and
Sure.
intricate. And you have to be a lot more conscious than traditional building.
Super nice, though.
It's very sexy.
And end result is...
Yeah, it's very, very.
Unreal.
But also the flip side is that you go modern, you go modern. You do not go modern and I ran out of budget modern.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Because there's certain ACM, certain kind of stucco, certain kind of railings. Like you do not do oil canning. Like you don't do kinds of, like you got to go modern, right?
Yeah.
I hate when modern starts modern and then they ran out of budget modern.
Yeah, it shows quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard in Sudbury, though. We don't get
I can't picture a lot of them there.
no ACM. Almost impossible. People are like, what the fuck is that?
A really
is
good
ACM?
aluminum. A really good.
They don't have a clue.
Really?
Oh,
huh?
yeah. And the people that do the modern stuff, then they're looked at like, oh, that doesn't fit the area. It's not. It's too far out. That's my personal opinion.
If you go modern and you probably go modern, it can fit into any neighborhood. If you
Yeah, we saw it here.
cheat, yeah. If
yeah,
you cheat,
here it works really well here.
really, huh?
Not so much there.
It's coming. It's coming.
Slow.
Poo poo.
We're stuck in 1980.
Easy.
No. What,
Oh,
Aaron? What
2010.
what turns you on, Aaron?
Oh, I like solutions. I like finding solutions.
That's construction.
It happens all day long. Yeah,
It's
it's,
construction.
there's always a challenge, always a problem, always a solution.
What turns you off in construction?
Chronic complaining,
I like that term, chronic complaining.
just full on. Like that'll just kill the whole mood. That's why I work alone.
You don't get bored?
Nope.
The voices?
I love it when people show up for coffee though, because then it's like verbal diarrhea.
What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, it's just that complaining. The fuck it's again. The I can'ts, the fuck it's. The answers are there. The answers are there.
What's your favorite curse word, gentlemen? Fuck.
Yeah,
Yep.
fuck yeah. Yeah, it's great.
What's your favorite vehicle? Anything in the world?
Oh, it's always going to be what I'm driving today. So you got to be grateful for what you have. So I'm thankful for my truck.
I like that.
That Dodge Rebel's pretty cool. It's got a sweet stereo, cool red interior.
You gonna upgrade to TRX?
Maybe.
It's got a lot of power.
I'd to get a motorcycle before that.
Oh, which one?
get
What are you
a-
looking at?
Oh, just get one of those nice cruisers.
Just a
I'd
cruiser,
trust.
just
I'd
chill.
find.
89,
I'd find my.
89 Honda Goldwing.
No,
Open
my
face
Oh,
mask
no.
and a
No,
cigarette
one of
hanging
those
out of his
European-
mouth.
And an
One of those
A-track on there?
European-
No, no.
One of those European cruisers there. You look cool and gets you there nice.
Dodge Viper for me. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When did they stop making them?
I don't know, 95, 2000. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But have you
I always
seen the
liked the
price on
Viper.
those things now? Just
If people are trying to sell them and they're
like
insane?
a 1999 is like 60, 70 grand.
Holy cow.
I know. I guess
Dodge heads. Every company's got
Viper,
them. It's
though.
one of a kind.
It's a Viper. It only had 2 bodies.
Yeah, but it's that old school style.
Yes.
It's like something.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it the
60s.
last car that Carroll Shelby designed?
I don't know.
He actually designed that.
really?
Yeah, he designed that shape. And I don't know if it's the last car that he did design.
That would make sense.
Right?
Because it's got that cool.
It's very
factor.
reminiscent of the
You don't-
427, right? So it's just like I think it was the last production vehicle that he designed.
Yeah,
The
there you
last
go.
one, right?
That explains it.
So maybe that's why there's a lot of value in it now, right? Even to find a 427 with his signature on it, because he was selling a bunch of them for a little while, right up to his death, right? So there's value in there. Least favorite vehicle in the world, guys?
AMC Pacer.
Oh,
Junk.
The bubble, man, the bubble.
Fucking Wayne's World.
The bubble, man. Can you imagine replacing that glass on the back?
We had one. As a child, my parents had one.
It's ugly, man.
It's fucking shit.
It's ugly.
It's embarrassing.
It only came in shit brown, like it was odd colors that it came in.
Blue.
Was it blue?
Yeah, well, they had the
blue
other.
interior.
Well, it was. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, matching.
They had a Pacer was the actual equivalent to it. So there was a Pacer, and then there's a.
Nobody's mentioned that one, man. I totally forgot about that one.
What a shit box.
Aaron?
I had a 2017 Murano that was cursed. So that was my
What, it always
least
broke
favorite
down?
car.
Just broke-
Well, you know what? It was more other people fucking it up. Had
Don't
a
you
yard
hate when
man
you have a
drive
pickup
into
truck?
it.
Everybody wants to borrow your pickup truck. And then everybody
Never.
slaps money on the dash to give it back to you to fill up the tank.
No.
So I got rid of pickup truck. I only drive cars now. I don't give a shit.
I
Nobody
tried to
borrows.
drive a car for.
I love
for
driving a car.
One. Yeah, it's.
I love it. I
It's
hate it
fun
when
to
I gotta
drive
get
in
on a
the
job site.
See, it's fun to drive in the city. If I was in the city, I drive a car. But
pull-
where we are, I'm on dirt roads and I'm going in the
You need a
bush. You need a
truck.
truck.
You pulling up with that thing on a job site?
No. Sometimes if I'm solving
You're
my
that guy,
No,
eh?
I'm not that guy. I wouldn't do that, man, because that's not right. If I'm going to visit to say hello, maybe I'm in the hood and I want to bring coffees.
I drive a Cadillac EXT.
You really, huh?
Yeah. Best truck I've ever owned, man.
See, I'll park it on the street. I'll park it before
give a
it's
shit.
on the dirt, right?
That thing's beat the shit.
I
I'll
like
use it
having
for
a clean
construction.
car. I like having a clean car.
I'll clean it.
Yeah.
But I'll use it for construction. You can put a 4x8 sheet of drywall on that thing, be completely closed off and in the rain and not have a problem.
Really?
Absolutely. That's why I love it.
I wish they never got rid of the Avalanche.
That's all that is a glorified Avalanche.
I actually thought the Avalanche made so much sense.
In
And I
two-
don't know why it didn't take off.
2015, I was in a major project and I got T-boned on the side. All the airbags went off. Not one thing hit me. Thing was a total write-off. Safest truck I've ever been in. It was crazy. There was nothing left of that truck.
That was your Avalanche.
Yeah, the black Avalanche.
They should bring it back.
They are.
Are they bringing it back?
Bullshit electric version.
No. Is there they're doing a version of the
Silverado.
Hummer one?
Silverado.
Really?
Yeah. Well, at least I think that's what it is.
110K?
Oh, that's stupid.
What construction sound or noise do you guys love?
Oh, I love the sound of a trowel and a mortar scratching. That's a good sound.
I love the drywall roto zip. Yeah, it's weird, man. I just love the sound. of it.
Pearson, man.
Yeah, but I mean, now you're on drywall stage.
Oh, you love what it signals.
Absolutely.
What construction sound or noise do you guys hate?
I hate the guys on the roof pounding those nails in the sheathing. Pow pow.
When you're underneath and working?
Pow pow. Yeah, it drives me nuts.
Yeah, I'd say the same, but on the roofing end. Oh, fuck.
What profession other than your own, guys, would like to attempt one day? Anything.
I'd like to be an audio engineer.
An audio engineer.
Yeah.
Musician?
No. Mixing.
Just mixing?
Mixing music. Putting it together.
Fucking rock superstar. Just
There
to
you
live it
go.
up for a week.
Build the stage and then perform on the stage.
That's it.
Light it on fire.
Have all the amenities with it.
What profession would you guys not like to do?
Oh, I could never be a police officer or firefighter seeing the shit they see. I like happy
hard.
things. Yeah.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Teacher.
Hats off.
Yeah, but you're in construction. You are a teacher. By proxy.
Sure.
Last question. If heaven exists, what would you guys like to hear God say when you arrive at those pearly gates?
Welcome home, son. Yeah.
Try again.
Get back down there. Sucker.
Try again.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you so much for taking the
Yeah,
trek
this was
down
awesome.
here and
Thanks, man.
finally meeting you guys and talking shop. It's always great to talk shop, man.
Cheers.
All the best to the business and all the best to the business, and reach out anytime. And anybody can reach out to you guys as well, too, man.
Yeah, please do.
So I just want to shout out everybody again. Serge is Complete Home Services, and it's complete.hs@hotmail.com. Facebook and Instagram, Complete Home Services. And then you got Aaron, bunch of companies. Futurescape Landscaping, LimeKiln. We never even talked about the quarry and shit. Where's the quarry at?
Quarries in Manitoulin Island. North Shore of Manitoulin Island.
I love Manitoulin. It's a beautiful place, man.
Beautiful limestone
Yeah.
product we're pulling out of there. Armor stone, steps, flag, grand flag.
Love Armor Stone.
A little bit.
The price shot through the roof?
No, we're Flintstone. We're pulling it out with the machines and loading on trucks. We leave it to the guys on site to work with, and that's what our crews build with at Futurescape. You can check it out online.
Barney
Whoa.
Rubble.
Yeah, we know rocks
And
get it done, man. We
Fish,
move earth.
for sure. Fisher Wavy. And then also check them all out. FutureTote, right? .ca.
FutureTote, yeah.
Yeah, and then fisherwavy.com, and then reach you is Aaron at futurescape.ca, and then also your name, which is OVEHKALAE. Sorry, at fisherwavy. That's it.com. All the notes will be there anyway, so everyone will see that. Thank you, guys. We're out of here. Thank you,
Thanks, man.
Angelina.
Thank you.